Welcome to the OnlyFans Secrets Marketing Podcast. The goal of this podcast is to help both new and established OnlyFans creators learn the basics of online branding, marketing, and promotion to help you make more money with your content and maximize your time online. My name is Richard Lewis, and I have over 20 years of internet marketing experience. So let's get started with today's topic. And that topic is OnlyFans versus sugar dating. Why OnlyFans is your new sugar daddy. Okay, so this episode I'm going to tackle a conundrum for a lot of people right now. Should you have an OnlyFans or be on sugar dating sites? For many, OnlyFans is a source of income, and that is the primary reason they are on the platform. Another source that was very popular, even before OnlyFans came around, was sugar dating. So I'm going to go over the 15 reasons that OnlyFans is better than sugar daddy baby dating. Okay, so for those listening right now, stay tuned at the end for details on our live OnlyFans Q&A event that's coming up this Thursday on July 29th. And if you have missed it, I am sure that we are going to be doing more live Q&A events, but stay tuned at the end. Okay, so the first question that you're going to ask is, what is sugar dating? For most of you, you're probably familiar with it, but for those who are not, it is basically the concept whereby a sugar daddy or mama spoils you for spending time with or dating them. Okay, this was a very niche concept until the emergence of a site called Seeking Arrangement, which highly popularized the concept. So I did an episode very early on in the podcast about utilizing Seeking Arrangement for your OnlyFans promotion and how to do that. This episode is not about that. It is about more of the advantages that OnlyFans has right now to sugar dating. So I don't discourage you from having a possible, seeking profile and then utilizing that to move people along to OnlyFans. If you're able to handle both concepts, then great. So I'm going to say that right now, I feel that OnlyFans is superior to sugar dating. And I'm going to tell you why you should be paying more attention to it than perhaps sugaring. All right, so number one, your OnlyFans subscribers and tippers are just micro sugar daddies / mamas anyway. So one thing that very few people think about is that the subscribers of their OnlyFans page are basically practicing sugaring, but on a very small scale. With small money comes small rewards, but for many on OnlyFans, they are not looking to actually take you on an extravagant vacation or even want to meet you. Certainly while before, the COVID pandemic of 2020, Seeking had strict rules against online relationships. And what they had to do was they had to yield to people meeting in person. And based on those changed rules, Seeking has become basically a less effective version of OnlyFans. You end up having to move someone along from their website or app to another place to actually make any money from them. This is similar to the OnlyFans TikTok money funnel we talked about in the last episode, where basically you're just moving someone from site to site to site. For most sugar babies, they are attempting to move their customer along to a premium Snapchat or a PayPal payment made directly to them, or Cash App or Venmo. So to me, this is just a hassle when you can let someone know that you can provide them content on OnlyFans safely and securely, and you're going to get paid for it. All right, so number 2, you are protected from fraud on OnlyFans, and so is your customer. So there is an argument to be made that you will need to give OnlyFans your personal information. They take the 20%. You have to give them the bank account, and you have to declare the income that you're making, on your taxes. You're going to have to pay taxes on that. So these can seem like large issues, but they are made up for by the fact that you have a partner in OnlyFans against fraud. Say that you are primarily planning on utilizing Sugar Daddy websites for possible income. The person you meet up with can, of course, stiff you on the amount of money they have promised to pay you. So OnlyFans makes sure to get the money up front. And while you keep 80% as opposed to 100% of, it's basically still 100% of money in hand. So basically someone can say, oh, I'm going to give you this certain amount of money, and they never deliver. But when it comes to OnlyFans is going to get itself paid up front and then pay you the 80%. Another thing to remember is the customer themselves and how comfortable they feel handing you money and interacting with you. When you rely on payment via PayPal or Venmo or Cash App, or even taking cash itself, your customer feels no security that you won't just take the money and run. With OnlyFans, both parties know what they are going to get, and if either party is fraudulent, then OnlyFans and its credit card processors will come in and be hopefully a fair arbiter in the situation. This puts both parties on an even playing field where money is concerned, and you don't have to worry about the random whims of a sugar daddy or a mama's income stream. So I know that for many of you, OnlyFans has not always been, a fair arbiter. Sometimes it seems that way. But I can promise you that their credit card processor and OnlyFans want to get paid. So basically, if there is no way for them to get paid, then they end up charging back and taking your money back away from you. But you can be very sure that both of those parties, as I've gone over before, want to make money. They don't want to hand back the amount of money to that person. So if they say that it was a fraudulent transaction, there's really not much that can be done in that regard for them on their end. So I certainly do understand if you're listening, you're saying, several times OnlyFans has just taken my money directly back from me. Fair enough. But I will say that in regards to with sugar relationships, you still have more protection on OnlyFans than you do outside of it. Okay, so number 3, you typically have to meet sugar daddies in person. So there is nothing wrong with meeting people in person, and for some people, this can be a rewarding experience. While there have been recent health concerns, obviously due to meeting people in person with COVID-19, those issues may be going away. I say may be going away. So although overall there is a lot of expense, time, and effort to meeting and spending time with someone in person. So basically there's a lot of time that you're going to spend, a lot of effort to do that. So if you plan to meet a sugar daddy weekly, for instance, that might take away at least one day of your free time each week. For many people who are balancing school, work, a job, it's just, and other concerns, they might not have time for both a sugar relationship and other friendships outside of that. Not to mention that you may want to have a romantic involvement of your own, either new or current. Sugar dating can be very time consuming. On your free time, while OnlyFans is much more easily managed. You can plan what times you will be making content, when you plan to go onto the site for live streams, and when you do your marketing efforts. All of this is on your own time frame and not anyone else's. Plus, you can be stood up in real life by a sugar date. That is not going to happen on OnlyFans, again, because you set your own schedule with it. Okay, number 4, no one ever caught a disease from OnlyFans. And I'm not being glib here, but health issues are a real factor in the sugar dating world. Most people who are involved in sugar dating are doing so with multiple partners, all at the same time. The whole concept revolves around a non-monogamy in some instances, with multiple people being involved. While you have the ability to catch something from a sugar daddy in real life, this is impossible on OnlyFans. OnlyFans expressly forbids anyone from meeting in real life on their platform and makes sure that this is stated in their terms and services. You won't be expected to meet up, and you can continue to live your own life and take care of your own sexual health without the worries of a sugar dating relationship. Number 5, you control the interaction at all times. When it comes to sugar dating and sugar relationships, the person paying typically controls the relationship almost entirely. While some people enjoy not having control, many prefer to be able to make their own decisions on what they wear, where they go, and what will be happening while they are out. When it comes to OnlyFans, you get to decide everything from when and where to how you interact with your subscribers and fans on the platform. The only time they will be able to tell you what to do is if you decide to make custom content for them, and even you get to decide in what way you will provide that to them. You also get to decide fully what the price of your content is, and if someone becomes too annoying on your OnlyFans page, you can mute them or block them completely. While this can happen with a sugar daddy in real life as well, it often involves feelings and awkward interactions when it is time for you to move along to other relationships. With OnlyFans, you can decide when and where a subscriber is cut off, or if you want to continue giving them attention. All right, number 6, OnlyFans allows you to slow drain a wallet. It's probably an odd concept to think about, but with a sugar daddy, they are holding on to their big wallet like a worm on a hook and daring you to grab onto it. Once you do, you can be, kind of get addicted to the higher end lifestyle or the perks that come along with being with someone wealthy. Once they pull that wallet back, though, they can decide to move on to the next sugar baby and leave you high and dry. Meanwhile, when it comes to OnlyFans, you don't have that issue because you can slowly drip feed content to your fan for more and more money. So it almost works in reverse, where you get a large amount of money up front from a sugar relationship, and then that money can slowly dwindle to, where an OnlyFans subscriber who may start with small tips, but eventually be buying everything you post. This is a lot better of a system because you don't always have to be chasing one big fish who can give you the money you need. Instead, you can have several medium-sized fish whose wallets you are slowly draining over a larger period of time. Plus, it's going to be very apparent to a sugar daddy that he has given you a lot of his money up front. While on OnlyFans with small amounts, it's harder for them to realize just how much of their wallets you have slowly drained. Okay, number 7, you never lose your initial wow factor on OnlyFans. Much like any other type of relationship, when you first start a sugar dating dynamic, your sugar daddy or mama is totally enthralled by you. You may be the first person of your class, style, and sophistication that they've been with, and they shower you with lots and lots of attention. But eventually the bloom comes off the rose, and you become just another person who they have now wooed. This is a totally different situation on OnlyFans because the fan will never be able to actually, quote unquote, have or attain you in real life. They will never see you waking up at 7 a.m. with no makeup on, or see those sweatpants you wear around your apartment. You are always able to present the very best of yourself in your videos and pictures on OnlyFans, and you can consistently